have an order to sell a pullback here on bar 10. Theoretically still sell the close, but 15-minute chart, we're right around the low of the start of the channel. So I don't think there's that much downside left, even though there's so much momentum here. And also 9 is a bigger bar. So many bear bars in a row, 9 being the biggest. And 15-minute chart shows biggest bar late in the trend here. So a lot of signs of climaxes. Still strong enough to probably get a second leg, but I just don't want to sell the 9 close. I feel like that's selling too low, even though it's theoretically still sell the close. So it's sell the close and sell more higher, but because of the overall context, I prefer to just sell higher and not sell the 9 close. If 10 doesn't reach my order and closes somewhere around here as a small bar or a doji, then I'll sell the close of 10. Because after 3 bear bars, I'm expecting a pullback. But if a pullback doesn't come and we hold here, then we're accepting that price. So I'll be more likely to sell the close if we get some form of acceptance here. So I'll move my order down in about 5 or 6 seconds if it looks like it's going to close with a small body. So just sold the close of 10, expecting one more bar down because it's a climactic move down, and a doji often is the final flag in that sell the close sell off. So expecting one more bar down and willing to scale in higher if it goes up first. The average bar size here is probably around 6 points. So I'm looking for 5 points, a point less than the average bar size. So because I'm expecting only one more bar down, we could get 2 or 3, but I think 1 was the minimum criteria. And so because we have that, I'm going to exit on 11. So if 11 doesn't reach my target and closes right there, then I'll just move my target up and exit on the close. I just got filled there for 5 points. It looks like we got 6 points. Would have been okay for 6 based on the average bar size. I think maybe it's a little bit higher. I don't have the indicator up for average bar size, but it looks like it's around 6 to 8 on the big ones or 10 on the big ones. But then we had a lot of small bars here. So I estimated around 6. And it looks like I could have made a little bit more there, but or a lot more. But anyways, that's my typical target. Just the one more bar down, ended up being a giant bar. So there's no way to anticipate that. On the daily chart, we have a 2-bar breakout and a new high. And I was looking at the high of the sell climax up here, and then the high of the bear bar, where we might find buyers for a second leg up from this. It looks a bit off because this is the daily chart, and so this is including after hours, whereas these lines I've drawn based on the actual highs of the 15-minute chart. So I think we'll find, if we didn't find support here, so I think we'll find support somewhere down here. Just bought the close of bar 53. We have an endless pullback up to 51, and it looks like we're accelerating out 52, 53. So a possible change of character. It's not as big as I would have liked, but it's definitely an acceleration up, possible break above the potential long bear flag. So my hope was after 52, 53, that would be a catalyst for an acceleration up, so all bears giving up. We didn't get that here. We got a pullback instead. So I think that increases the likelihood of just more of the same. And because it's a small pullback bull trend, I think bulls will buy bear closes. So I still think there'll be buyers below 53, buyers at the 54 close, below 52, closer to the moving average for one more leg up. But I'm long a little bit high here because I was expecting the acceleration, and I'm feeling a little bit uneasy about the ad. So normally that is an ad, not necessarily below 53, but if we get a couple legs down, it's an ad. But the bars are a little bit bigger today, so that's making me a little bit nervous, and especially because I got in at the high, almost the high tick. So yeah, I gotta manage this appropriately. I don't want to let the size of the bars get in the way of my management, and I also want to make sure that I'm making the correct read. So we'll see. I still think the bulls are in control. We might need a small second leg sideways to down, and I also think we're going to get to this red line because that is a reasonable buy after a spike in channel. A lot of bulls buy there and buy more lower because it's probably going to be a trading range, and that's a reasonable area for the bear trend to stop. And so usually we come back up there, and bulls who bought there end up selling out of their longs and with a profit on their lower entry. So if we get there, there'll probably be sellers, but I think that's a magnet. So I think we will get there before bears start to sell aggressively. So 56 is a bull inside bar, low one at the moving average. It's probably buyers below 56. Haven't been able to get filled here, so hoping for a test below 56 first. I do think we're going higher. So got filled on the ad there. I'm going to use a stop, a measured move down from bar 55. So I ended up taking the loss there on the close of 57. Not happy with that one. Shouldn't even exit there. That wasn't the plan. Not happy with how I managed that. I think 8-point loss on 2 contracts. So ended up getting up to that red line. Pretty much bought the high tick and sold the low tick, which is, it takes a special type of noob to do that. Yeah, that was tough. Like I wasn't supposed to exit here, but I don't know if the size and the size of the bars or the position got to me. It was just I felt kind of lost in the trade just because I feel like I entered aggressively on the close of bar 53, and because I was already long from so high up, it kind of distorted my view of, instead of scaling it at intervals like I normally do, like below prior bars, I should have been more focused on where the buyers actually are, and I kind of lost sight of that. This I still thought was minor, and my initial stop was supposed to be a measured move down here, which we didn't hit, somewhere down here. And then I didn't get back in and missed the move up. So right idea and just poor management. And the poor management caused by uncertainty. It's not just like I did random stuff. Like I actually couldn't think clearly, and just to ensure that if I'm not thinking clearly, I'm not going to take a full loss. I exited on the 57 close, because at that point I was thinking I still felt like my premise was valid, but because I was feeling uncertain and I lacked clarity, I just thought, let me just not take a full loss on it and then reconsider. And I did reconsider buying in here, but just started second guessing myself that maybe my initial premise was wrong, and also my head wasn't right, so I let it go and missed the move up to this target. But I think it's a valuable lesson for me, just because recently I felt like, I think I mentioned it in a prior video, that I've been scaling in a little bit high, and that's forcing me to take break evens when they could be profits, and that's mainly caused by me not seeing the bigger picture and finding out where the buyers are actually going to step in for the larger picture or bigger move up, and kind of just getting caught buying more lower, but not seeing where the ultimate target is and where the buyers should be stepping in. So I have to work on that and be more aware of it, be more focused on it. I think that should turn a lot of my break evens into at least small profits or decent sized profits, and just give me a little bit more flexibility when I'm adding into trades. If I, like for example, if I bought the 53 close, and then knowing that buyers will ultimately step in somewhere around the 28 high or the 46 low, then I can be more patient with the ad and definitely not exit on 57, but actually be looking to buy in that area. So I bought below the low 156. It might have been better to buy below the low 159 or the low the low 262. So a lot of options here if I'm a little bit more patient and have a better sense of the bigger picture. So I think an important lesson and something that I have to work on moving forward. So just a good reminder today. And so down a little bit under $70. Tough day to finish it off, but important lesson. So hopefully I can improve on that. And I hope you all had a good day, and I'll be back tomorrow.